Hello everyone, this is Lecture 2 for Chapter 3, Measures of Central Tendency. In this video, we're going to focus on the median and the mode. The mean is only one way to describe the typical value in a data set. A different measure is the median. If you line up all of the data values from lowest to highest, the middle score is the median. The midpoint of the data values when they are ordered from the smallest to the largest. The median is the point that splits the data set in two, half the data below it and half above it. Like the median on a highway splits a road into two equal parts. When the number of observations is odd, the median is the middle data value. When the number of observations is even, the median is between two numbers. In this case, the median would be the average of those two middle numbers. So here's the steps to finding the median. Step 1, put the X values or scores or observations or data in order from smallest to largest. Step 2, determine the number of observations, your N. Step 3, if the number of observations is odd, then the median is the data value that's exactly in the middle of the data set. Step 4, if the number of observations is even, then the median is the average of the two middle observations in the data set. This means that the this means that the median is the average of the middle data values. Here's an example for locating the median with an odd number of observations. As you can see, these data are already in order from smallest to largest. So in order to locate the middle score, or divide this exactly in half, we take a look at the data, and it looks like number 8 is right smack dab in the middle. It divides this data set exactly in half, where two data values are below 8 and two data values are above 8. So our middle score is 8. So the median is equal to 8. All right, now here's an example for locating the median with an even number of observations. So again, this data set is already in order from smallest to largest. And when we look at this data set, we notice that in order for us to divide this in half, hold on just one second real quick, we're going to have to take the average of the two middle scores, because the median is actually in between this 4 and 5. Okay, so in order to calculate the median here, we're going to have to take the average of 4 and 5. So the median is going to be 4 plus 5, which is 9, divided by 2, equal to 4.5. As we learned earlier, the mean is highly influenced or affected by outliers or extreme scores. The mean is not resistant to extreme scores. The median, however, is resistant to extreme scores. The median is not influenced or affected by outliers or extreme scores. In a perfectly symmetric distribution where there are no outliers, the mean will be equal to the median. In skewed distributions, the mean is further out in the long tail than the median. In a distribution of scores that is skewed to the right, the mean will be larger than the median. If a distribution of scores are skewed to the left, then the mean will be smaller than the median. So let me show you what this looks like. So what you notice here, in a symmetric distribution, the mean is equal to the median is equal to the mode. In a positive skew, right here, the mean is larger because it's to the right of the median. So what that means is that the mean is larger than the median. Think of this as, let me show you real quick. So think of this as, here's 0 and here's 10, right? So there's the median. The median, let's say it's 5, right? And so the mean is to the right, which means it's larger. The mean is going to be larger than the median in a positive skew. In a negative skew, the mean is smaller than the median. It's to the left of the median. Again, if we put 0 and 10, let's say the median is 5, right? So if the mean is to the left of the median, that means it's smaller, right? So if it's to the left of the median, what this means is that the mean is smaller than the median. All right. The third measure, or the last measure of central tendency, is the mode. The mode can be calculated on either quantitative or qualitative data. The mode is the only appropriate measure of central tendency for qualitative data. Something for you to remember is that if you're dealing with qualitative data, the mode will be the only appropriate measure of center or measure of central tendency. The mode of a variable is the most frequent observation of the variable that occurs in the data set. To calculate the mode, count the number of observations that occur for each observation. The data value that occurs most often is the mode. A set of data can have no mode, one mode, or more than one mode. If no observations occur more than once, we say the data have no mode. If a data set has two modes, we say the data are bimodal. If the data set has 3 or more modes, or data values that occur with highest frequencies, the data set is multimodal. Which measure of central tendency should be used when? The mean is used when data are quantitative and the frequency distribution is roughly symmetric. The median is the middle score or data value that divides the bottom 50% of the data from the top 50%. It is used when the data are quantitative and the frequency distribution is skewed left or skewed right. It's used when the distribution has missing or unknown values, or the variable is an ordinal scale. The mode, the most frequent observation, is used when the most frequent observation is the desired measure of central tendency, or when the data are qualitative, nominal scale, or discrete variables. The next lecture, we're going to talk about measures of variability.